Oh, we are live. Just making sure everything is on the up and up and all that crap. Anyways, how's it going, subs on the tubes of you? Yeah, been a little while since I've done one of these StreamYard streams. But I thought, well, I did just do a Twitch stream, but it was kind of boring. Nobody was really there, so I ended it at 90 minutes. So I just decided, you know what? Fuck it. Just come on here and talk to you guys and just hopefully make this quote unquote boring Sunday night something better. Hey, what's up, Ricky? Hey, Ricky, if you want to hop in and join me in talking, I'll send you the link to join in the conversation. I almost said condensation. I'm thinking of that one Family Guy moment. Condensation, sation, sation. Just a bunch of stupid shit. Wait, what's up, Arthur Jones? Uh, yeah, just hanging out here and talking music, talking maybe wrestling. We shall see. uh, but yeah, so currently, as far as like what I'm doing as far as CDs go, right now I've not been buying a whole lot. That's because I am trying to save up a little bit of money for the Megadeth show at the end of the month, and then after that, sky's the fucking limit for me as far as what all I can get. Um, I'll show off the last few that I got here in a moment because now, look who's here.
What up?
Oh, nothing much. Hey, what's up, Joey? Because guess what, Ricky? I brought you on here to do this. I had to get you that. I had to get you at least once with linguini.
Still fucking creepy.
How? To see me in cartoon form?
Probably. Maybe it's because look, the reason I think it's kind of creepy because somewhere in your fucking neck it seems to be more skinnier than it should be.
Yeah. And it's like the real neck's like a shadow.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Oh, it doesn't seem right.
How about the potato?
That's kind of cool. I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor. I'm
I'm
a
a
tumor.
tater, I'm a tater, I'm a tater.
I'm a tater. Oh! I'm a tater.
I do what I want, Arthur, and you can't stop me. In fact, to punish you, Arthur, you get linguini'd. Ha! Also, I don't like how it makes my eyes green when my eyes are brown.
Dark brown, light brown,
Dark.
like my soul.
Ah. So I was about to show off the last few albums that I've gotten since I haven't been buying a whole bunch as of late, but
Mm-hmm.
of course, Total Fucking Midnight, Complete and Total Fucking Midnight, one of the best album covers ever, FNR with two hot babes. How much
Mm-hmm.
better do you get than that?
Then again, almost all of his album covers are so erotic, PG or 18 plus. If I say so myself.
Yeah. And then this one, finally got Entombed Morningstar, but right there, signature of Alex Hellid, the guitarist.
I don't. Oh, there now I see it. Yeah, I saw it now. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, signed by an original member of the band that's still there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the big one for me, Blood Red Throne, Souls of
Yeah.
Damnation, with a DVD documentary, 30-minute documentary of the first 10 years of the band.
Mm. Is it
Which
on
I showed you
YouTube?
the document.
Yes.
Yeah, I linked
yeah.
it to you, yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that tonight. Because, man, can't believe they were so young.
Yeah.
I'm still.
Well,
I still kick myself
yeah.
in the ass for not going to see them live. 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. They came to my town, part of a festival. I had to fucking
Hmm.
work that day, and they were the headliners.
Yeah. Well, if they ever do come back to the States and they got a show near me, I'm going.
Oh yeah, same with me.
And I want to meet Gunner, meet Dodd, meet Bolt, meet
Hmm.
Freddie, the drummer.
Yeah, Hellripper, same thing with James. I would love to see James live.
Hmm.
I would be like, "Hey, James."
Yeah, or fucking a if Exciter come by or DK in general comes
Mhm.
by, I'll definitely want to meet up
Yeah.
with him. But it's still interesting how this band formed by that man Chort from Emperor and
Hmm.
Carpathian
Of
Forest.
all of all people, a black metal artist wanted to escape black metal, wanted to create death metal. It would have been a blasphemy. I mean, it was a blasphemy at the time, but who fucking cares?
Yeah, because after all, that narrative's pretty much dead and buried along with Euronymous.
Ooh,
Too soon?
nah. We reached the 30 plus years gap. It was what, 90,
Currently 29.
90.
29
Yeah,
years.
he got killed
93.
93. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just finished editing the first of 31 videos for my 31 Days of Horror series. I just recorded it, edited it, used the little clip you sent me. I was
Hmm.
like trying to use some of the bits. So hopefully stay tuned for that until October, people. I'm not gonna release them yet because, like I said, they're gonna start in October. I might do some videos before that. I'm thinking of showing them some stuff. Of course, city collection updates. Haven't bought anything yet. I already showed everything that I bought, but I know for sure the Behemoth album I pre-ordered it and it's gonna arrive soon. Hopefully by next week it arrives because I'm thinking of actually doing that as my first album review, Behemoth. And
I'm definitely going to review that. That's
uh
like a
huh,
guaranteed review of that
yeah.
weekend.
And then that same week on Saturday I'll be going to San Antonio to see Rammstein. So it's gonna be
Still
fucking
can't believe.
amazing.
I still can't believe I'm only like 3 weeks away from Megadeth.
Yeah.
It's
They're
crazy.
gonna play a lot of the songs from the album. Well, maybe 3 to 4 songs.
Maybe two songs off the new
Three,
album. They'll
three
probably play a
tops.
lot of
Three.
classics.
I mean, unless, well, it's 3 weeks from now, unless the album gets more hyped. Because when's the first day of the tour?
I think it just started.
Let me check.
It's a shame I had to give my money to Five Finger Cousin Fuck. I mean, Death Punch.
It's
Or as a friend of mine, a new friend of mine, called them fast food fist fuck.
August 19th. Yeah, so it already started. It started in Portland, Oregon, and it's gonna end in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Hmm. Hey, Mike, thrash or trash? Vulgar display of power or countdown to extinction?
Oh,
Ooh,
oh, I'm
two of the
gonna
best
thrash.
albums of '92.
Oh, I'm gonna thrash. I don't know. It's like picking your
This
favorite
is
band.
hard. This is hard because
Because you
these are
got to
two of the best
we gotta
albums
look
of
at
each band.
you gotta look. Yeah, I was gonna say Counter to Extinction. I mean, I'm trying to think. Symphony of Destruction versus Walk,
Sweating Bullets,
Sweating
Kiss,
Bullets versus.
Mouth
You know
for
what?
War,
I'm gonna
Fist
give.
Love, Hollow.
I'm gonna give it trash to Vulgarity Play the Power because it's fucking Pantera.
Yeah, yeah, I'd probably go with that too. But that's still hard just because
That's hard.
Countdown's a phenomenal album too.
I mean, if it was not Hangover 18, is it Hang?
Rust in
Rust in
Peace.
Peace. It was a Rust
If
in
it was
Peace.
Rust in Peace against Vulgar Display, it'd be no contest, Rust in
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
Yeah,
Or even Peace Sells.
I did for a while. Peace Cells was my favorite Megadeth album for a while, but then I got more into Rust in Peace. So that kind of, I mean, I'd say not Rust in Peace, but Peace Cells might be top 5 for me if I were to rank Megadeth
Rust
because
in, well, I rank I already ranked in. Yeah, Peace Sells was my number 2.
because I'm still working on my Death discography. I'm already in listening to Individual Dot Patterns. I need to listen to Human. I mean, not Symbolic, and then Son of
Sound of
Perseverance,
Perseverance.
and then I'll be done. Even though I have 5 out of the 6 or 7, 6 out of the 7 albums, I just missing Symbolic, which that might be the next one I might get on my next paycheck, so I can have
Hmm.
the complete discography completed. Like I said, the new Behemoth album, I am really excited. I mean, I'm not just saying because I saw them live, which, my God, it was a fucking show. What a spectacle they did. I'm
Yeah.
still have chills when they played "O Father, Satan, No Son" as their closer, which I never thought in a million years I would ever see Behemoth, not alone closing with "O Father, O Satan, No Son." You know, it's kind of like when I saw Maiden and they, even though they closely Run to the Hills before they play "Hallowed Be Thy Name," I was like,
Hmm.
you know,
Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and eventually I'm gonna, once I get some money saved up aside from the Megadeth stuff, I'm gonna go on a spree of getting stuff that came out this year,
oh yeah, same with me. I need to get for
like
sure the new
Misery
Megadeth.
Index, Venom Prison,
Mm-hmm.
Abyssus, whatever you call them, a bunch of others. Sayor, I need to get that one because that was a
Mm-hmm.
brilliant fucking folk album.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like you
then
said,
eventually I need to get stuff from Bandcamp.
all right. So let's see what's happening in AEW. Let's see what's happening because
Well,
I
apparently
didn't buy
Powerhouse Hobbs beat Ricky Starks, according to
the pay
Arthur.
per view. I wasn't gonna spend the $50 for that. Of course, the Bucks and Omega won the Trios tag titles.
That's not a surprise.
Samoa Joe is back, the television champion.
Apparently, a guy named the Joker won the casino ladder match, which
Um,
people are thinking that's MJF in disguise. Jade beat Athena, Wardlow and FTR won. So now I guess they're in the
I think
tag
it
title
is
match.
MJF. It kind of looks like him. Do you think he'll cash in tonight? I always forget. Can they cash in? Kind of like Money in the Bank. I always
No, I
forget.
think that's just for
I mean,
a
he's gonna get
match at
a
like the
title
next
shot
show or
eventually.
something.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because I was thinking, oh, maybe after this, the match, which let's just face it, probably Mox is gonna win unless they. I don't think they're gonna give it to Punk
Mox is gonna win. Punk at this point, Punk just needs to get the hell out of wrestling.
or
I'm
just
sick of Punk.
turn him into a heel.
Or
Quite
yeah,
honest.
or just turn him heel, or
Which
I just wish he would
I
just.
think they're gonna do that. It's gonna be like you were the reason why this and this happened. Which, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, for people watching the chat, if you guys got any questions, feel free to
Mm-hmm.
ask,
Mm-hmm.
or make us play Thrash or Trash, or whatever.
Or yeah.
Punk is still someone
Someone
people
people
know.
know.
Yes,
Yeah.
barely. But honestly, like CM Punk, like especially after he fucking decided to call out Adam Page over a fucking worked promo.
That again, that was left field. I was like, okay, this is let's get up the script. I felt like The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
And
again, it took a year. It took a year for AEW fans to realize CM Punk is a cunt. And
uh,
I've known he's been a cunt for 10 years.
uh, again, and I'm still. I actually rewatched Castle, and apparently they censored the Chris Benoit shirt.
I mean, that was going to happen
I
one
mean,
way
I
or
was like,
another.
yeah, I kind of figured.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Mike. Thrash or trash? Nightmares of the Decomposer, Risk. That's easy. I'll thrash Risk because there are some good songs on it, whereas Nightmares of the Decomposed has nothing. So that's super easy.
Yeah.
I know people want to shit on Risk, but for what they were going for, it was okay at best and at worst average.
So I want to ask you this: the new Machine Head, is it worth listening just for the hell of it, or don't even bother?
I
I mean, if you were to,
Again,
okay, I'm putting you in the spot right now. If you were to rank the current Machine Head albums, where would you put this one?
it would probably be somewhere in the middle.
So it's
Which again isn't saying much considering they have 3 shit fests out of, well, let me look at their catalog.
but would you
Machine
say
Head.
would you say to a fan that's barely getting to Machine Head, would you recommend it just for the hell of it? I mean, of course you're gonna recommend the good ones, but if you're like, I guess that's a starting point.
No, not as a starting point. The starting point's the debut, Burn My Eyes. I don't know. I'll just do like my personal ranking of Machine Head. Very bottom's Catharsis for obvious reasons because that album is absolutely shit. The worst album ever made. Then I would go Supercharger, which is also shitfest. Burning Red, shitfest. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing, all 3 albums have one thing in common aside from shitfest. They're all wannabe new metal albums. When, especially nowadays, new metal shouldn't even be fucking happening again. Unless you're Korn.
Or Slipknot, to some extent.
Well, Slipknot, I don't even think they're new metal anymore.
Well, not anymore, but
I think they're like more groove metal than anything.
Yeah.
So then after that, I would probably say Bloodstone and Diamonds, but that album's actually decent for what it is. Then I would probably say the new album. Then I would say Through the Ashes of Empires. Then The More Things Change. Then the top 3, the 3 great albums. I'd probably say Unto the Locust at 3rd, and then it's between Blackening and Burn My Eyes.
I need to get
Machine I'm going to give Burn My Eyes number 2 and say the Blackening's the best.
I need to get Machine Head. I think I'm just gonna get those 3.
Just the best 3, yeah.
Yeah, because honestly,
Blackening and Unto the Locust.
Yeah, because honestly, Catharsis, I listened to it once. Didn't even bother to listen to it again. The rest, there were like 1 or 2 songs that were okay, but the top 3 for sure, I need to get them at some point. Mm-hmm. And good thing you told me about this. I almost skipped on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the biggest Vader fan. I mean, I know who they are. I just haven't sat down and listened to a full-length album, which I'm gonna do that probably tomorrow after work.
Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, I still need to get more Vader albums. The big one I need to get is Litany from 2000.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I got the debut, I got De Profundis, Necropolis.
Do you have
Via Digni and Solitude and Madness?
There's an EP that they released that I really did enjoy. I think it was the Art of War EP. I think that's what it's called. Art of War. Or that's maybe that's one of those songs.
Yeah, the Art of War. Yeah, the 2005 EP.
Yeah.
I also would like to get their first Future of the Past covers album where they covered Terrorizer, Sodom, Creator, Possessed, Dark Angel, Celtic Frost, Slayer, Black Sabbath. And all great covers, too. Yeah, the snare drum sounds like the precursor to Saint Anger, but it's not terrible. Oh, dude.
Oh, God. I'll thrash Chris Barnes. At least Chris Barnes has some fucking good fucking songs in Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
It's my way, or the whole way.
Oh my dear Lord. just because Barnes was in Cannibal for a while, I'll thrash Barnes and trash Fred Durst, even though they're both shit.
I need more Cannibal Corpse too. I just have too of the mutilated.
You need the bleeding.
Of course, I'm gonna get.
That's the big one.
Basically, I'm gonna get every single Cannibal Corpse album because every single Cannibal Corpse album is fucking good. They have no bad albums.
Right.
Yeah, and again, I kicked myself in the ass of last year because I was this close in pre-ordering their previous album with the
Violence
alternative
Unimagined.
cover, and now it's fucking pricey
Hard
as
to
hell.
find.
It's fucking pricey as hell, which I'm like, shit, I should have pre-ordered it.
Oh, how about this one? Super Collider or Diabolus in Musica? I'm going to openly say neither to either one because they're both terrible. Super Collider's the worst Megadeth album. It's shitty. There's only one good song on that's Kingmaker, whereas honestly, I'll thrash Diabolus just because there's 2 songs on there that are even worth a damn.
Yeah.
And that's Stain of Mind and Bitter Peace. Everything else on that album could go fuck itself.
Mm.
Whereas Super Collider's only one song, and that's Kingmaker.
Yeah, I'll go with that too. Because I was going to go thrash on Diabolus.
Oh, and speaking of Super Collider, Saint Anger, that's easy.
Saint Anger.
Super Collider's worse. Even though it's shorter, it's worse.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Enough said on that.
But regarding this Still Behemoth album, I think I'm just trying to predict here. It's gonna be better than I Love You the Darkest. For the couple of singles they released, I kind of feel it's gonna be better than I Love You the Darkest. Of course, it's not gonna be as great as the Satanist. I mean, I know that for sure, but
or even Demigod.
Or even Demigod, yeah. But I'm of course seeing it live when they released the first single. Everyone there at the arena just stood there because it was a brand new song. It was the second day of the tour, which we have never heard of. So everyone just stood there, headbang for a bit, not fully headbang, but it was like catchy, great song. Then the fucking guitar just went down and I was like, what the fuck?
Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jeff, why?
What? Bleeding Me versus Ride the Lightning? The song.
I love those songs.
I'm gonna thrash Ride the Lightning.
I don't want to pick either because I grew up on the song "Bleeding Me" as a kid. That's one of my top 10 favorite Metallica songs, but I'll go with you, Ricky. But
I know.
I feel like I just stabbed someone I love very close in the back.
Easy there, Judas.
What did I do to you, Jeff?
I don't know.
Anyways, Thrash or Trash, Hardwired or We'll Be Back? Those 2 songs are really good, though. We'll Be Back, I'll say, is probably the best song on the new album, and it's the first single. Hardwired, that was almost like a
fucking
tribute to Kill 'Em All a little bit, that song. Man.
I'm going to go Hardwire.
Yeah, because it's faster, and I think the riffs are better on there. And I've been trying to see where people think, like, who's the better riff writer between Mustaine and Hetfield. I still think Hetfield just because he's got catchier riffs and also he has the better down-picked riffs than Dave. But Dave is up there, too.
Yeah, but Dave is more of a lead kind of person.
Yeah, he's more of a lead guy, even though he'll openly admit that a lot of the guitarists he's had over the years are better than him at leads, like Marty and Chris Poland. And Kiko, I'll even say Kiko is better at leads than Mustaine, even though Mustaine on the new album, he did a tapping section on a couple of tracks. But Kiko, he just has more melody and more nuance in his leads. which is cool. Which is the reason why I say the new album's much better than Dystopia is because Kiko got to write more songs, and even Dirk wrote some stuff too. So it was
Yeah.
like this time Dave was actually more open to letting other people come in and write some stuff instead of just controlling it all. But yeah, I still go Hardwired as a song over We'll Be Back, even though We'll Be Back's a ripper.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Hetfield with that fucking right hand, that fast down picked riffing.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do it? How the fuck do you do it? Oh, Push Job Endeavor, Biker Taker, Ministry Taker, Dead Man Taker.
Okay, Push for sure, Dead Man Taker, no doubt.
Yeah.
Job. I mean, even though it doesn't matter because Taker will be strong in the war, he could. I
Probably Job, Biker Taker, and Endeavor Ministry Taker. Because the Ministry Taker was only, what, like 8-9 months long?
Yeah, and he didn't wrestle that much that I remember. I mean, he did wrestle,
he was hurt a lot during that time.
Yeah. I mean, it's still, again, another way that he rejuvenized the character.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we got another one. Deacon Batista, Corporate Kane, or J&J Security.
Oh, I mean, I love J&J Security. That got over so much that it. I don't know why they didn't roll with it. Can you imagine if JJ would have won the tag team titles?
Noble and Mercury, that would have been cool. I would, in that sense, I'll push J&J Security, Job, Deacon Batista, and Endeavor Corporate Kane because nobody wants to see Kane in a suit.
It was weird. Raw. I remember when it first came out, it was like, no. It's like if you would have seen Taker with a suit, even though now it's like, yeah, but at the time we'd be like, what?
Yeah. I'm not doing this one, Jeff, because it's just not, no. Well, Boss Antelope, I would send you a link if I could private send it to you, but I don't know how. So
yeah, it fucking.
I don't know. I can't remember if you have me on Facebook or not.
It sucks you can't do that anymore. I remember back then you could actually message people on YouTube.
Yeah, now you can't.
Because that's how Arthur and I, with Raphael and Delicious Dishes, kind of talked for a bit after doing Banger.
Mm-hmm.
Which I can't believe it's 4 years to the day today. 4 fucking years. Doesn't feel that long, man. Doesn't feel that fucking long. You know?
Right. But yeah, actually, I forgot to mention that I did officially buy the remaining Blood Red Throne albums, except for the self-titled, because I cannot find it. The only copies that are on Discogs are all on vinyl, no CDs.
When did that came out?
That's only 9 years ago. It came out in 2013, so it's a pretty new one.
Who released it, though?
Severed Records, which is in Rochester. I feel like I probably ought to message Severed Records and see if they got any spare copies of that.
I'm pretty sure they have to. I'm pretty sure they have to. I mean, it's not as rare as the fucking debut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, how's it going, Alyssa? Can't believe Roman Reigns. Hold on. Do you think he'll make it to 1,000 days as champion?
Again, it depends. Like I said, when we talk in Shadow Code, it depends on the moving pieces on The Rock.
Yeah,
it depends.
But even if he is going to be champion up against The Rock, he's going to beat The Rock and still hold the belt. But if it is going to be Cody against Roman at Mania, then Cody's winning the belt.
Mm-hmm. Because at that time, because Roman Reigns is what,
730, almost 740 now.
And we're what, a couple of months away from WrestleMania.
No, we are
over November,
7 months away from WrestleMania.
7 months, so let's just say round it up to maybe 230 more days. So pretty much he'll be there by 1,000.
Close.
He'll be pretty close for 1,000 days by the time WrestleMania hits. unless he loses it at the Rumble or day one. Like I said, it depends on The
Yeah.
Rock.
Yeah. That's really the thing there. Oh, Mike, why? Push Job Endeavor, Macho Man, Bret, and Flair.
Oh God. Oh my fucking God. Are you? Fuck.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say I'm not doing this. I am not doing this.
Okay. I'm
You
pushing.
can't make me.
I'm pushing Bret all the way. I'm pushing Bret. I'm endeavoring Macho Man and I'm jobbing Flair. Even though that fucking hurt.
Mm. Just why?
Unless you want to endeavor Flair and job Macho Man.
I'm gonna push Flair because he's the money man. Job.
Are you gonna
Bret,
really?
and
Are you
Denver
really gonna
Macho Man.
job Bret of all people? Bret? Are
Well,
you really gonna job?
you gotta think like, let's look at this time frame here when all three, like late '80s, Bret was just a tag guy.
True.
But I mean, with Macho Man and Flair, I don't know, that's dirty. That is dirty. No more dirty ones, please, because that's just not right. Oh, great. This one.
Oh God.
FMK, Rebby Sky, Sunny Today, or Lana post 2019. I'm gonna openly say I don't want to marry or fuck any of them. So that's off the fucking board.
Next.
So basically, fuck you, and fuck you. Essentially. But yeah, like I was saying, yeah, I definitely should see if I can.
Fuck, marry, kill. Becky Lynch, post pregnancy. Maurice, post pregnancy, or think of the third one. I'm trying to think of MILFs here. Mickey James. I have my answer right now. I will fuck the living shit out of Maurice. I kill Mickey and I marry Becky.
Yeah, I agree. If you would have asked me this 5 years ago, I would have said marry Mickey. But yeah, son of a bitch. Oh, here's a good one. Scarf or Barf, KFC or Popeyes? Easily Scarf Popeyes and Barf KFC. Next.
Yep. If it was between Popeyes and Churches, I don't like eating Churches. It always gives him diarrhea. Every single time. The only thing I like about Churches is the biscuits and the bumpers. That's the only thing I like about them.
I think I've only had Churches once, and it was really good, and I didn't get diarrhea.
I haven't eaten Popeyes in like 3 months.
It's been a while since I've had Popeyes.
And KFC, on a rare occasion, when there's a special, if it was Bush's Chicken, that's a different story.
Or if it was Bojangles for me, that's a different story too. Well, I don't know. The only thing I even get from KFC nowadays, if I do get it, is the spicy mac and cheese bowl. I do like that.
I haven't been able to try their chicken sandwich. I've been wanting to buy a chicken sandwich for every single restaurant, fast food joint, and declare which one's the best. Something I've been trying to think back in my head for like a year now, which I might do that now.
And I haven't had Chick-fil-A in a long time, too.
I had that on Saturday because I was actually no. I had that on Friday night. I was with with one of my friends out. We were Chick-fil-A. I bought some for lunch for Saturday, so I had double Chick-fil-A. Like today, I bought Pizza Hut. Oh God,
that one's towards you, Ricky.
Actually, I mean, change Bet Phoenix. You almost had it. You almost had it. If you would have had Stephanie McMahon, that would have been even worse. But for the context of this, I'd kill Bet Phoenix. I'd marry Bailey, and I would fuck the living shit out of Nikita.
Now this is just evil.
Oh, I mean, you're gonna push Lemmy. You're gonna push Lemmy. Now between Rex and Flea, I mean, for one hand,
Probably,
I,
probably Job, Flea, Endeavor, Rex, maybe.
I mean, yeah, because Flea can be goofy at times. He can job, and Rex is Rex.
I don't fucking know. Bah.
Bleh.
I said it last night. Seth Rollins' gimmick, he was Curry Man last night. It was Curry Man versus Patrick Starr. I'm telling you.
Pretty much, yeah.
All we needed was fucking Seth to start speaking in Japanese and Matt Riddle's laughing like Patrick. And it would have been perfect. So, yeah. Seth Rollins was Curry Man last night. He was hot. He was spicy. He tasted great, according to Becky. Sex jokes. We got him. Okay, Mike. Now you're just really upsetting me now.
Oh,
not
fuck.
answering
No,
that.
no.
Now,
Not
Mike.
that
Now,
one.
Mike. You're legit starting to make me upset with these choices. No, you can't
no.
do that to
You
anybody.
can't do that. No.
You go into the timeout for a little
Now,
bit. For
if
that.
it was their worst albums in
In fact, I am
discography,
actually going to time you out for 5 minutes because that was bad. Mike,
bad
slap
boy.
on the wrist. Bad boy. You cannot speak for 5
God.
minutes.
Oh, God.
That might have been a bit harsh, but no, that's appropriate because you don't do that to somebody.
No, it's
No.
like no. I mean, you're not gonna job Endeavor or fucking push any of them. If I were me, I would have pushed all of them.
Exactly. You're not doing jobbing or endeavoring to any of them. Fuck off. Like you, Mike, but no. You are not getting away with something like that.
Like give us hard ones, but not to the point of us like getting fucking enraged.
This one's a little easier. Dime, Dave, or Kirk.
I push
Honestly,
Dime.
I would push Dime, Job, Kirk, Endeavor, Dave, just so Dave could start Megadeth.
Yeah.
I mean, Kirk, I know people want to shit on Kirk, and I don't get why. I mean, yeah, his leads aren't super technical or wizardry. He's more about creating melodic feeling in his leads than anything else, which I honestly kind of prefer that a little bit at times rather than just shredding and tapping and wankery all the time. Whereas Mustaine kind of does a good balance of both. Same with Dime. But yeah. Now, when it comes to who writes better riffs out of 3, it's Dime.
Oh, yeah.
It's Dime that writes the better riffs out of 3. But in terms of leads, who's the best out of 3? I'm probably going to go with...
I'd go with... I mean, it depends. It depends on the context of the
on
era.
The song.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, like, how about this? We put up the best solos from each. For Dime, Floods, Mustaine, Holy Wars, and Kirk won.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now in that context, I would probably push Dave. To be honest, I would probably job Dime, and I probably endeavor Kirk.
In that context. Okay, this one's another easy one. For me, okay, so for this, when you're thinking overall bass playing ability, you're going to job less because he's a wizard. Job, Lemmy, Endeavor, Tom.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, no bass player is going to compete with Les Claypool. Not a chance in hell.
No. Not even Geezer Butler himself.
Mm-hmm.
Even though if Geezer would have been on that list,
push less. Yeah. I think I said jobless. You get the idea. You think AEW sucks now, lost momentum since Triple H is now in charge? Well, I wouldn't say they're terrible. We talked about at the end of last night's show, it's not that we hate AEW, we just hate
No.
the fan base and Tony Khan.
No, like we don't hate AEW. I mean, the more wrestling, the better. But sometimes the product is just
They
I mean,
hot shot for the sake of hot shot.
and it's not the wrestlers' fault. Even though sometimes the wrestlers are at fault, it's the fucking man in charge.
Yeah, because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
I mean, why to this day it boggles my mind. You have William Regal there in your own roster. Why didn't you fucking put him in charge or something? I don't know. Making him in charge
of talent
or training them. I would love if Regal was a trainer.
Or be an agent for the matches and tell these guys who go out there and go fast paced the whole way through.
Yeah.
Slow the fuck down. You do not need to go out there and break your arms off of tables, Rey Fenix.
Oh God!
For no reason at all.
I still remember that. Oh
Yeah.
God, that was something. Botchamania got like a shitload of views.
Jeff, you are teetering on being timed out for this one.
Bonham, Perch, or Carey?
Why?
Okay. I'm gonna push Neil. I'm gonna probably
Danny and
Danny
I guess.
I guess.
Even though they're all three amazing drummers for
Mhm.
different styles.
Yeah. Amazing.
I mean, Bonham, the showmanship. Neil, the greatest all-around drummer. And then Danny, the fucking rhythms he creates and Tool are just like, what the fuck? Okay, Jeff, you leave me no choice. This is another one we're not doing. Jeff, you are punished for that too. 5 minutes in timeout. I'm sorry, but stop it. People, stop it with these terrible choices.
Stop it. Stop it.
Slap on the back of the hand. Stop it. Stop it if you want to live. Can't do that to us. Because we not... No. Absolutely not. Oh, and we'll actually now finally have a third man in here. We'll have Necrotic Nick.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wanted to chat with him a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is an interesting one. Priest, Deep Purple, or Death?
Okay, that's interesting. But it would have been better, different kind of eras of each. Because if we're going by their peak eras, probably push Priest.
Priest, it would be early 80s. Deep Purple would be early 70s.
And Death early 90s. In that context, early Priest, even though they weren't still phenomenal albums, they don't compare to their 80s material. Purple, early material.
Early 70s when Ian Gillan
was still good. And with Death,
In Rock, Fireball, and Machine Head. And then Death, the mid-90s run of Individual Thought Patterns, Symbolic, and then eventually Sound of Perseverance.
I think in that context, I endeavor Priest, for sure. Now, to push, knowing what we know right now, I probably keep pushing Death. I push Death.
And Endeavor Deep Purple, because after Machine Head, the band fell apart.
Yeah, to Mark III?
Mark III, when David Coverdale and Glenn Hughes came in.
Which good albums.
A couple good things in there, but not quite the early 70s stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now Mike's out of timeout. So, Thrash or Trash, Metal Church or Razor?
Ooh.
I'm going to thrash Razor just because I like Razor more. And they got a new album coming out in 2 weeks. So.
I would thrash Metal Church. I'm more of a Metal Church kind
of guy. Respect Metal Church, but I'm not super familiar with all their stuff.
I think with Metal Church, to me, the debut album for sure.
The Dark.
Yeah. and I think their latest album was really good.
Yeah, it was all right. But I mean, Razor, you got. I'm trying to remember what was the name of the first album. Fuck.
It's not even Invaders.
No, that was the second one.
Yeah,
The
or maybe
first one,
is it?
Executioner Song, Evil Invaders, Custom Killing, Violent Restitution, and Shotgun Justice, and Malicious Intent. Those albums rip. And now we got to finally get a new one after 25 years of dormancy coming out in just 2 weeks. So, yeah, I'm going Razor. Plus, they're Canadian Slayer, essentially.
Pretty much.
So there we go. Oh, shit. There we go. But once Nick gets here, I'll be curious to see the thrash or trash choices you guys will have for this.
Mm-hmm.
Because, or just band versus band, album versus album in general.
Yeah, just here uploading the first video of the series.
Oh, your little 31 days of Halloween stuff.
Yeah, 31 days so far. Like I said, the first video is done. I'm just doing the usual shebang.
Brr. But yeah, when I've been what? Oh, hang on. Only Melodeath. If we had a bunch of Melodeath ones, I'd be kind of lost a little bit.
I mean, Melodeath.
How much you want to bet we get a new Shadows Fall album? I want a new Shadows Fall album because I miss that band. It's been 10 years since Fire from the Sky. And they're honestly, out of all the metalcore bands, even though I don't think they're metalcore, I think they were more thrash, one of the better ones. But with everybody being busy with their individual stuff, like Jason Bittner and Overkill right now and all that stuff, who knows? We'll save up some of the thrash or trashes whenever Nick gets in. But yeah, I would love a new Shadows Fall album. I only have one so far, and that's the album Retribution, which was 2009. Yeah, 2009, and that was really good. But I would like to get War Within and Fire from the Sky. Those are two fucking badass albums right there. So, yeah. But anyways, like I was about to say, so funny thing when watching back, when I've been watching the Blood Red Throne 10 years documentary a lot, and like some of the live clips they have on there, it's like I wish I could figure out those songs, because man, once you get to that part in the documentary, Ricky, like halfway through when they show some live footage when they played in Bergen, there's some badass fucking riffing going on, and they're all a bunch of goofs. Like their drummer at the time, Anders, he was going on like, so when playing death metal drums, it's very physical. I get protein powder or buy really cheap eggs that are good to eat. And he's drinking 2 raw eggs. And then he's puking like Steve-O.
Oh, God.
But yeah, the lineup they had wow, terrible voice crack. The lineup they had at this point was actually pretty strong. Like you had 3 original members with Dodd, Chort, and Erland, the bassist. Holy fuck. Nick!
What's up, guys?
What's up? Nick all along.
Oh, that's what you guys getting into?
Just shooting the shit.
Yep.
Just shooting the shit. And I was telling Ricky about how I got this recently.
That's a different version than I got. I have a jewel case.
Yeah, this is the special 2 discs that came with a documentary of the band's first 10 years. It's on YouTube.
Yeah. I forgot to mention this, Levi. I bought this album the other day.
Oh, you got Roots.
Yeah, it's a good one. It hasn't aged as well for me. Like, there's definitely songs there I fucking love.
Yeah.
I mean it's Roots, the last album the Calavera brothers were
with Max.
I mean, I still like the Derek stuff, but Yeah, I don't know, like that one, like I don't know, like hearing like some slight resurgence of new metal. Yeah, I mean, it comes in cycles, it comes in waves, and
Yep.
that I'm kind of on the cusp of that generation that was big into new metal, because I got into like thrash and death metal and groove metal first, and then new metal. But yeah, for some people that are close to my age, that was the first metal they heard. What's up, boss?
I mean, this came out in '96, pretty much my birth year. So,
Mhm.
I was in high school. I actually had a Roots shirt that I wore all over high school. That was my first Sepultura shirt. But yeah, like, and going back, like, I mean, it's still got like some killer songs, and it's just overall, I'd much rather listen to like Arise or Beneath the Remains.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Schizophrenia.
Yeah. I need
even
to get
Chaos
the rest.
AD.
Yeah. Which that's kind of interesting. What was your first metal shirt? The first one.
Which way? What?
What was your first metal shirt? Like the first one you can think of?
God, it might have been a Slayer Live Intrusion one. The one with the dude in the pentagram.
Yeah.
It actually said Live Intrusion. I think I still have it. It's just so beaten up. It's fucking toast. Like almost everything's worn off of it. You can kind of see Slayer.
My first metal shirt, if I remember correctly. I mean, it's not really metal, but AC/DC's Back in Black was my first rock shirt. But metal-wise, I think it was Maiden.
What's up, man?
What's up?
What's up, boss?
I think it was Maiden, my first metal shirt.
Yeah.
And funny enough, my first actual concert worn shirt. Actually, no, I scratched it. That was Raven Black, my first actual concert tour shirt. Then it was Maiden Legacy of the Beast tour shirt. I might get a Rammstein shirt when I go see them in 2 weeks, which I'm fucking hyped. Like,
After waiting for so long.
2.5 years?
Everything is going to be on fire.
Boy, oh fuck. And it's at the Alamo Dome, and the Alamo Dome is fucking big.
Prosthetic dicks just shooting all sorts of stuff. Yeah. Rammstein are so subtle.
Adulation.
Just don't be up front for that, because you're gonna need like the Visqueen, like Gallagher shows.
I mean, then again, Hannah's been to many Rammstein shows. She's always at the front, but then again, that's her favorite band, so understandable.
Yeah,
I do.
I don't go up front for any band. Like,
sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say I just went last night, saw Creeping Death, 200 Stab Wounds, Spirit World, and Tribal Gaze, and man, those stage divers are fucking nuts. Just there wasn't even that big of a crowd for them to catch. It was like, well, hopefully someone catches it, otherwise you're gonna collect another concussion.
Yeah,
yeah, in a big way.
I was about.
Well, now that we got. Oh, sorry, boss.
No. I was about to say that I got this at a Yeah, I know. I actually won this at a like a little fair that I went to that's near my town. I looked at this and
Like
I'm like,
an auction?
holy shit, when was this made? And this was made in, I think, in 2001. And I'm like, dude.
Looks
That's
like some kind of
logo.
monster. Looks like some kind of monster.
That's still the logo.
Yeah, this was made in 2001. It looks like some kind of monster. And if it is, then that's one hell of a monster.
Yeah.
I showed a good buddy of mine this. He's like, holy shit, it looks amazing. I'm like, dude, I know. I just need to find a place to put it, but I've been lazy because of work and shit lately.
Yeah.
Same with me.
Well, now that we got Nick here, let's see what he thinks of these thrash or trash choices. Starting off Metal Church or Razor.
Like the entire band?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, both have duds. That's for damn sure. I'm more partial to Razor.
Yes.
Shotgun Justice, Violent Restitution, not
Evil Invaders.
Even Invaders. I'm not sure if I like the song I heard for the new one, but I'll still give it a chance. I even like what was The one that had, the first one that had the programmed drums.
Open Hostility.
Yep. I think that's a good one.
Album too.
Yeah. I'll probably go Keep Razor and Sorry Metal Church. I mean, the Dark's pretty badass. So is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I like the first album. Their debut album's pretty good, but I'm more akin towards Razor because, dude, Sheepdog is one of the best thrash vocalists of all time, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
He's got those Halford screams that even Halford can.
Out of nowhere, and they just come out of nowhere.
I mean, you listen to that first scream off of Violent Restitution on the instrumental. That is 30-second long scream. And I'm like, dude, King Diamond can't even hit a scream that loud or that long.
For me, it's the riffing. The riffing is
again, the only way someone can do that, same thing I said about Tamara, Angels of Death, scream, fucking push his fucking balls and then
I'm gonna need all the reverb, every last bit of it.
Yes. Then, boss, you went a little unfair on this one.
You're
Leprosy
welcome.
or Slaughter of the Soul. Honestly, they're both great, but you'd have to thrash Leprosy just because without Leprosy there wouldn't have been a Slaughter.
I was gonna say, and it's a perfect segment. I was gonna show off Nick my little Leprosy signed copy of Rick Ross and Jerry Butler.
Dude, my show had no power. Oh well. I'd have to keep Leprosy. I love Slaughter of the Soul. Fucking amazing. But Leprosy is Leprosy.
Yeah.
And Leprosy is my second favorite Death album besides behind Human, but Slaughter of the Soul's my favorite. And it was by a long, I wouldn't say by a long shot, but there was no question it wasn't going to be my favorite because I mean it's like a best of because you have the melodies, you have the riffs, you kind of have the thrashy moments that they kind of started off with their earlier output, and then once Terminal Spirit Disease hits, it was like a proto Slaughter of the Soul. With Leprosy, yeah, they started off as thrash, but then once they got that classic lineup with Chuck on vocals, Terry Butler, Rick Ross, and
Bill Andrews.
You have a culmination unlike any other in all talented musicians. But when again, as uncompromising as Chuck was, he always had the best talent. It's kind of like Dave Mustaine. Kind of uncompromising, but he always finds the best talent. I mean, he has Kiko. He has Steve DiGiorgio, the Footless Wonder himself. He's got Dirk on drums. And I'm not a Megadeth guy myself personally, but I've listened to a few songs off the new album. That new album sounds fucking amazing.
I dig it.
Dude, especially
I dig the
Night
fuck out of it.
Stalkers. Oh, God.
No, dude.
Life
in Hell. And We'll Be Back is...
That's a good song.
Such a ripping fucking song. I got to jam that one in the car where I got a nice system and I got to hear the full production. I mean, the speakers we listen to it, when we review shit, they're really good. But, in the car, you're just kind of in a nice little fucking cage of violence. And the production on that, you can hear the bass work very clearly.
Oh
the guitars are definitely the forefront, but Dirk's drums, nice and fucking punchy bass drum. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time I hear Night Stalkers, I just riff out. It's like dun, 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 dun. Oh my God! Like as much as I don't care about Dave's vocals, he is probably in the top 5 in terms of thrash guitarist.
Oh yeah, he's a riff machine. There's it's like peppered in a little bit about Metallica in there.
Mm-hmm.
James Hetfield's good. Like I didn't say James Hetfield wasn't good. I'm just saying that Dave Mustaine's better riff writer.
It's Dave Mustaine.
And I'm still trying to figure out where I'm gonna put Leprosy on my rank 'em all because that's the next rank 'em I'm gonna do. So it looks like I might be in the top 3 for sure.
That's still my number 1. It's the blueprint for all things death metal for me.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a guy that put it last on his list.
They're wrong.
I mean, then again,
reason they said is because the drums were too loud. I'm like,
yeah, I've heard that. They are loud. They are loud.
They are loud.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's kind of needed. Like, yes, I understand that too loud, like too booming a production can kind of like like it's kind of like Rick Rubin's production and like later in his career when he decided to like overcompress and made everything loud. But it's 87 and it's your second album. It's not going to be polished and clean. It's supposed to be raw. It's supposed to be gritty. It's supposed to be dirty. And if you have that production, it's going to have mixed results, but I think it gives the album some
Charm.
Yeah.
It's gritty, but it's well mixed gritty.
Mhm.
And in those thrashy moments, good lord, especially on Pull the Plug.
Oh God, the crowd went crazy when they played Left 4 Dead. Play Pull the Plug. They went fucking nuts.
I did get to
Oh,
see.
no.
I did get to see gruesome ones, and granted, those are sort of reworkings. But they did throw in one death cover, and Matt Harvey even joked around and said, "Well, we've been playing a lot of death-ish stuff.
Why
you guys
not
wanna
play an
hear-
actual one?
Yeah, I think they played Born Dead, which
Yeah.
That's a
The
ripper,
last
too.
two songs that Left 4 Dead played were Pull the Plug and they ended with Evil Dead. I lost my fucking mind with Evil Dead to the point that I fucking went into the mosh pit. I was like, I
Evil
need to
Dead.
fucking mosh pit. Evil Dead. And I almost didn't meet Terry. I met Ross. He was, for some reason, surprisingly, he was up and down in the venue, helping out, talking to fans. I was like, this is my chance also to bury the hatchet with Rick Ross after the fucking thing he did with Massacre.
So yeah, for that show, since it didn't happen, I just got it. Matt Harvey was just out bullshitting with fans and hang out, and I got to bullshit with him about comic books.
Yeah, and with Terry, I was almost leaving, and then one of my friends was like, "Dude, Terry just came out of the locker room." I was like, "What?" He came out. Like, go fucking go. So I just went there. I gotta be honest, I was a bit nervous to meet Terry.
He's a big
Wow.
dude.
Oh my god, he's fucking big. He's huge. Not Jabba the Hutt, huge, but
No, he's like a man mountain. Like
Yeah.
kind of like almost like Bam Bam big in a way. Like,
much
Yeah.
nicer. Thank God.
oh yeah. I mean, he was cool, dude. He was like, "Hey, Howard, hope you like the show." He signed my leprosy CD. We took a picture. Fucking
And
amazing.
we gotta meet him when we saw Deicide because Inhuman Condition was there.
Mhm.
And yeah, shook my hand and I felt some bones break. Yeah, he's got a powerful fucking handshake, but yeah, he's just a super soft spoken,
You're like-
nice dude. Yeah, like somewhere in here it hurt. Like haha.
Was it like Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage? Like,
Like
power.
the meeting of
Like-
the powers.
Or was it as epic as
Terry Butler looks like
Apollo
he could have played
Creed
on the
and-
offensive line of any football team. Like,
Oh yeah.
like you're not getting past him.
I mean,
I'm a guard.
yeah. I mean, I was like, dude, he's fucking huge.
Super nice dude. Dude, that
Oh, yeah.
Deicide set.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Overkill or strapping
Oh,
down
dude,
blood.
that's not cool.
That's not fair.
Oh man, dude.
Overkill.
Oh,
Overkill all the way.
that's something I walked into. I'm gonna be honest. I would thrash Overkill only because I've listened to them. Like I've listened to them on the radio. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Strapping Young Lad. I do love Devin Townsend. For God's
Gene
sakes,
Hoglan.
this is a random fact, but he was about to join Priest when Halford left, along with him, Sebastian Bach, and Ralph Sheepers of Primal Fear before they eventually found Ripper.
Imagine what would have happened if Devin Townsend was the singer of Priest.
They make
Oh,
him
Imagine
hair.
the lyrics. The lyrics would have been all over the place.
It would have been weird.
Yeah.
Or Sebastian
Hey,
Bach,
Devin's a
because
weird man. But
Baz, he was
he knows how
yeah,
to put
or
on a
Sebastian
hell of a
Bach
show.
since he was out of Skid Row by this point.
Yeah, but they want someone that's maybe a little bit more personable.
Yeah.
You know,
Someone who can hit those high
yeah.
notes, pretty much. Can you imagine?
Well,
Imagine-
Baz could do it. He
But-
could have done it, but just slightly different style.
Mhm.
Oh, all right. I gotta keep Strapping Young Lad. I mean, sorry, Overkill. I love Overkill, but Strapping Young Lad, I get a different album with all 5 of their albums, and I love all their stuff. Like that was my introduction to Debbie, and dude, I just jammed City again not too long ago, and that album is monolithic
Yeah.
in stature.
Yeah.
And Gene Hoglan was in Strapping Young Alive, wasn't he? Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
The only
Wasn't
one
he
he
on
was on was the
Alien?
first one. Yep. I know he was on
I-
City all the way through The New Black. He was on
I
every one
love
except the first
Alien.
one.
It's probably my favorite Strapping Young Lad album.
That album is batshit crazy, but really
It's
good.
Devin Townsend. You're gonna expect a batshit crazy album.
Yeah.
There were a lot of rumors going around that he went off his psych meds for that one, which he dismissed. Like,
Oh,
no, I
boy.
wanted to create something like just kind of truly unhinged and digging some like deep personal shit and kind of get crazy, like not like welcoming crazy, just like legit crazy.
Yeah. Levi, can you imagine if Dan Swanner would have produced Alien? Can you imagine the fuck Dan Swanner would have been?
That would have been a hefty album for sure.
Well, I don't know. Debbie's good with all the extra layers and such. Like, and when it comes down to like the bass sound, I think Dan Swanner got it beefed up because I know Gene Hoglan hated the snare sound on that one, so it just sounded weak.
I mean, Swanner would have like done something. I mean, he's Dan fucking Swanner.
I don't know. I like Debbie's production too. Like Debbie, he's big on the wall of sound. Like he wants to create so many levels of just different chaotic shit. And like I think City was pretty much like the master stroke of that. Like there's so much going on, and it's all pretty violent and dark, and a lot of like self reflective lyrics and everything. Like AAA. That song is a lot of just stories about how fucked up Debbie's life was. Like Detox. Detox is that bridge.
Yeah.
That's dark.
Mike, and now you just did a disservice.
Into the back closet.
Come on.
That's not really fair. I mean, 207
That's not
doesn't have a
fair.
chance to really do much, but yeah, I got to keep Death.
I mean, Death.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
200 Sad Wounds is badass, but
Yeah, and honestly, some of the best representation of Ohio death metal right now.
yeah.
I haven't heard 200 Sad Wounds, even though I have been wanting to. Ever since I heard praise about Slave to the Scalpel, I'm like, I want to listen to that album so badly. But without Chuck's gloriousness, we wouldn't be having this wonderful genre of death metal.
Yeah, 200 Sad Wounds. Get the EP too. The EP is awesome.
I'll need to
But
check
yeah, that album's amazing, and they're already actually. I heard a new song last night, and fucking brutal as hell. Like actually, they still know us, which is kind of cool. I got a BS with frontman and the other guitarist. I think his name's Lance. But yeah, new song sounds awesome. So I mean,
We got the new AEW Inter Women's Champion, Tony Storm.
Yep, I'm actually
I
watching
saw
it
that.
all out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that card snake bit. 15 matches in total.
Oh, now
Jesus
this
Christ.
one.
Oh,
Oh,
you know what? I'm not
fuck.
I have to take
Hell.
Cowboys. I
fuck
thrash that leads to destiny.
fuck
I'm not.
you. Fuck
There's some good songs in
you.
Cowboys for Hell. I'm just not a
Fuck.
Pantera guy. I'm
Fuck
just not.
you. Fuck you to the fucking nine purpose of hell.
Fuck you with a rusty fishing knife.
I'll tell you why.
Seven Wings of
I'll tell
Destiny
you
is
why.
what the
Look.
debut album should have been for Priest, because
I'll
Rock and
tell you-
Roll sounds like Led Zeppelin worship, but somehow not that
I'll
great.
tell you why. Cowboys from Hell, of course, the song is probably my favorite Pantera song. But
Mine too.
Sad Wings of Destiny has my favorite Priest song, Dream
Yeah.
Deceiver. So it's either Dream Deceiver or Cowboys from Hell, pretty much.
Man,
Okay,
I'm actually gonna be.
I need to think this through. I need to think this through. Album cover wise, Sad Wings gets a point.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
Sad Wings wins in the album
That's
cover.
a great cover.
That's a great
It
cover.
looks like he's dabbing.
Lyric wise,
Priest.
Yeah.
so that's another point. Riffs galore. Probably Pantera. Vocals,
Halford.
Priest.
Either or,
Yeah.
honestly.
Bill on Cowboys,
Yeah.
he was phenomenal on there.
Oh, oh god, I'm gonna give it to Sad Wings. I don't
I'm
want to,
giving
but I
it
have
to
to give it to
Sad
Sad
Wings.
Wings.
For me,
Sad
I mean,
Wings is their second best of the 70s behind Stained Class.
Mm-hmm. Now, if it was Defenders of the Faith versus Cowboys, Defenders of the Faith would have won easily.
If it was Stained Class, Judas Priest would have had a better chance for me. It's Cowboys for me. Cowboys was a landmark album for me. Heresy, The Art of Shredding, fucking title track, dude. Cowboys from Hell, even though I've heard
Cemetery
it
Gates.
a dozen
Cemetery
times.
Gates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terry Date's production's amazing.
And as
Dude,
much as I'm not a fan of Phil Anselmo, I will have to admit that song kind of tears my eye a little bit because that's just a beautiful song.
I mean, for me, oh man, I mean, Cowboys is my favorite Pantera album, and Sad Wings is my number 2 Priest album behind Painkiller. If it was Painkiller up against Cowboys, I would have went with Painkiller immediately. But
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I mean, I'm like Ricky. Yeah, Dreamer Deceiver, one of my favorite Priest songs, and one of my favorite songs to sing along to. And I even try to do the high voice.
And not to mention Victim of Changes. One of the first Priest
Victim of
songs I
Changes is
learned on
amazing.
guitar.
That's an
The,
amazing song.
the
too.
Ripper. I mean,
Genocide,
Island of Domination,
Tyrant,
that
Island of
blues break in the middle.
Domination,
That's a
Deceiver,
great
Dreamer
trick.
Deceiver. The only
Yeah.
song I don't like is Epitaph. That song sucks. That song's not good. It sounds. They tried way too hard on that song.
Does anyone know what gets yelled out before Domination starts? You hear that someone, something motherfucker, right? Yeah. Fart stinks
It's
like a
been a while.
motherfucker because someone farted in the studio.
Honestly, by a notch, I'll go Cowboys as well.
And I actually kind of thought about this. If you listen closely to Cowboys from Hell, like that beginning intro, it kind of sounds like Dick the Snake Roberts' theme song a little bit.
A little bit like that. It has that same beat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has that same beat. Yeah, that was mean. Mike, no wonder why you're called Mean Metal Mike.
Evil.
That was just
Yeah, I cannot wait. And I mean, I cannot wait to get the special edition of Five Finger Cousin Fuck. Oh, wait, Five Finger Death Punch. Sorry, wrong name.
Five Finger
Accurate
Double
name.
Punch.
I mean, that band is built on cousin fucking energy.
I was
Or as a
laughing
friend of mine.
my ass off.
Dude,
on
when
that
I saw
review.
you guys do that, I was fucking dying from when you and Jam and John Nick were doing that review. I was dying from pillar to post.
I went in there with no fucks. It's like, you know what? I don't care who I
Like,
offend on this one. Generally I'm nice. I'm generally very nice, but that band can go
Yeah.
fuck itself. Like
Like,
probably
I'll
they
agree
can
with
fuck
Levi,
each other with
first
one of the
two
beard
albums were actually
dreadlocks or
not
something.
bad, but everything else was fucking atrocious.
There's
It's
nothing
just so
redeemable.
douchey. That's all it is. Oh, excuse me.
It's bro metal.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, I mean, bro rock. It's barely metal. Like there's a couple
True.
of breakdowns on
True.
there, like, but that's about it. The production's fucking
I
awful.
get it. I can't. When you said the special edition Five Finger,
Wait, what was it?
that special edition you said when you said the special edition of this album comes with what was it? A pack of
Oh, like a what's that, like a tennis skull. Fuck, I forget what else. And an STD. I know an STD
A
was
A
the one.
restraining
that.
order. A restraining order.
Oh, a restraining order and an STD.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. I honestly, most of my notes were just comprised of digs. Like they were just like, that sounds mean. I want to say it.
And you know what's funny? I showed one of my coworkers the other day what Jammin' John said for the score reciting Billy Madison.
You got a
He
lot of
got
love
a
for that one. I like literally when we were sitting down, like after it was finally over, thank fucking God. I was like, dude, I'm not putting in a single fucking star up there. I'm gonna find something. And with all the fucking skull fucking comments and shit, and I was like, I'm gonna find the grossest fucking picture. I found that picture of a 2-liter bottle full of 4 days worth of dip spit. I was like, there, that is this album.
And it still pains me that I had to buy a ticket for them just so I could see Megadeth.
I'll wait for the next tour. There's no fucking way that Five Finger Death Punch is getting my money.
Well,
no fucking way.
You already got Levi's money.
I didn't. I didn't even want to. Well, because John was willing to stream it on Spotify. I was like, I don't even want to give him a Spotify stream. I want to get a fucking illegal torrent and then even say that in the video. I was like, listen, if you want to listen to this, go do it on a torrent. Don't give them any of your fucking money. They don't need it. All they're gonna do is fucking
Levi,
buy more.
How much
jerseys.
was the ticket for the Megadeth concert?
It was $90.
$90.
I wouldn't even pay 90 cents.
I paid.
But I mean, again, I'm only going for Megadeth, and after Megadeth's done playing, I'm getting the fuck out and
So
back
let's just say half of the money was for Megadeth. Just round it up to 45. 45.
Yeah.
Bucks. I paid $30 to see Amon Amarth, Cow Decapitation, Obituary, and
Carcass.
In November.
I want to go to that show too.
I want to go to a metal show, period. I don't care who's playing. Just don't play Five Finger Duck Punch.
Oh, there's a lot of tours
or as a friend
around.
of mine. Yeah, or as a friend of mine called them fast food fist fuck.
I mean, they look like they'd be into it.
Especially Ivan Mooney with those.
They look like a gang of dudes that gets killed off in the opening credits of a fucking Purge movie.
Which one? All of them? They're all the same.
What else was a motocross gang that gets murdered in the opening credits of fucking Mad Max?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like I look
the
at
worst Mad Max scene is better than anything.
Oh yeah,
Five Finger Fuck Punch would do.
But yeah. it's terrible. It
Would
sounds
you rather
everything about
listen
it sounds
to that or
manufactured
Suck
and
Me
fake.
Thunder?
But I fuck that album. That's literally the worst thing I think I've ever fucking listened to and had to review. Like I was mean as hell about fucking 6 Feet Under, but
I know at least the people know it's a joke. At least they're in on the joke. Five Finger takes itself so fucking seriously. It's sad.
I don't know.
We know
I think
6 Feet Under sucks. They ain't been sucking ass since Maximum Violence back in '99.
But yeah, I think Barnes thinks he's doing like the best shit ever. Like, I'm Chris Barnes. Suck my asshole. Wait, let me move my dreadlocks.
I forgot to do my volcano insurance.
Interesting thing. When we went to go see Deicide, which, oh my God, that set was insane. That was possibly in the top 10 most brutal death metal fucking shows I've ever seen. Deicide, it was so goddamn on point. Holy shit. Anyway, so we met a couple of fans there. One of them was pretty cool. It was during a Inhuman Condition set and fucking circle pits going, and I was like, fuck, I'm on the edge of this and I can't really move. So, I get loose, and then this kid had his head down, barreling at me, and his head popped up just, not too far from me, went, hit the brakes like, Frog neck? Like, yeah. So, dude, like fist pumped me and then spun back around. We ended up running into him later. And then he got a picture with us. But the one that has relevance here, we're having a smoke before DSI went on. And this dude bumped into me behind me. I was like, oh, sorry, dude, is my smoke bothering you? I was like, nah, I'm smoking too. And we just started bullshitting. and like I could tell he was like looking at me like, and then John pulled out a card and was like, yeah, man, we're like music reviewers, like, holy shit, you're the guys. You're the fucking guys. You're the fucking 6 Feet Under review. Holy, like, these are the guys like we watched this shit when we're in the fucking studio. And we were laughing our fucking dicks off. That shit, and he's like, dude, I'm even a 6 Feet Under fan, and I laughed my ass off. Your Barnes impression inspired me to do a Bohemian Rhapsody cover in Barnes vocals, and I gotta find it.
God. Oh my god!
Yeah,
now
and yeah, I was like, dude, the Barnes impression. I was laughing my ass off. I was like, dude, I did it so fucking much that I wore out my fucking voice.
Oh god!
Like my voice was hoarse, just every like 10 minutes. Like, I'm fucking Chris Barnes. I called it Barnes blasting.
I watched this video. It's from this guy named Mad Mike, and
Yep, I know Mad Mike.
Yeah, he you gave him like a shout out when he did the Skill of Dominion review, which was fucking hilarious. He did like he reviewed like every 6 Feet Under album, but he was like making fun of it. Yeah.
I give it 1 out of
This is
another
69 out of 420. And next up we have what was the one? Graveyard Classics 4. Holy shit, this album's terrible. It gets a 9 out of 10 or something like that. And then when he did Nightmare Decompose, he's like, and then we finally come to the final album when we have
yeah.
And then at the end he's like, next up we have Graveyard Classics 5, and we have the cover of I Want to Break Free by Queen. I want to break free. I want to break free.
Yep. See, it's not natural. You shouldn't do that to your voice. Martin shouldn't do that to his voice ever. He shouldn't record that ever. He should retire. Is what I'm saying.
Imagine him doing Hammer Smash face nowadays.
No,
I guess more like Hammer Smash throat at this point.
Oh, the dude smokes like a garbage bag of weed like every day, like full of it.
He probably smokes dick.
Dude, actually, all right. Funny thing is, one of Shred's buddies, he they chipped in and got a fucking cameo little promotion thing from Chris Barnes, and I actually saw the fucking video. It's literally just him sitting like on the floor of his apartment doing fucking bong rips, and they're like, "I'm telling you to listen to this band, Astral Born. I don't know, they play like death metal. I don't know, smoke grass and eat ass."
Okay, X-Pac, calm down.
Like, wow, dude, maximum fucking effort there, huh, bud?
I don't look at this grass. I'm gonna smoke it.
I still crack up every time. I still crack up every time I watch back the fucking Volcano commercial video.
Dude, he's
Nation vibes on your side.
Oh God,
I am. I'm also on your lawn, and I won't leave until
Imagine
I get
him trying to sell cars.
Oh God. You just gave me an idea for
sedan.
You know what? I think Nick and I have spawned a new revolution. Chris Barnes commercial.
Oh God! I can't imagine anything like Chris Barnes shampoo. Like, I don't use it, but buy it or something.
Imagine him at a festival.
Do I get money now?
Woman of Burger King, I'm gonna take your order. Wait, hold on a second.
At that same show, Inhuman Condition had Inhuman Conditioner. I almost fucking bought a bottle. I was like, dude, that is fucking ridiculously clever. And I think the scent was Fresh Rat or something like that. It was like, but honestly, I had my eye on. They had a Deicide debut album, Throw Rug, like,
oh yeah,
with the big demonic medallion on it. I was like, oh, it was $80. It was like, fuck.
Damn.
Oh,
My
Close.
voice is
I almost got
shot from that shit.
yeah. Like I said, imagine how Barnes is right now. He's probably high. Never mind. Don't imagine how Barnes is.
Hell, let
Drink blood, get high.
Or weed. Actually, weed works a lot. I'm gonna have some weed.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Now I
okay.
just thought of now I'm tempted to make you Nick, dude.
I have been
Like,
fired
once-
from 8 dispensaries.
like once a month I'll have to start like starting this month I would probably have to ask you once a month to do like a 30-second read on some kind of script I'll come up with for a commercial. Like I'd have to think of like what would be a good next one because we've already done volcano insurance. That's legendary.
You never
I
know
guess,
when
like,
they're gonna pop up. They're sneaky.
Like,
There's a
oh
snake
god,
in my
I just thought of
How about,
like
how about
everybody
we-
here everybody here has seen the Big Bill Hell's car commercial from the 80s, right? Where
Oh.
he's like, oh hey, the cat. I see the ass.
Oh yeah, what's up, cat?
Can you not show your pucker hole?
He shows whatever he wants. That's
Well,
gonna.
I think we know how Chris Barnes gets high. Cat piss.
He smokes cat asshole.
No,
He's
that's-
trying to
that's
be
his-
Aussie.
I would say
That's
that's
what
his
he's trying to
aftershave,
do.
but Barnes doesn't look like he shaves. Like razors look at him and just run away. Like no. Just like
Oh,
Shampoo
chlamydia.
does.
Oh.
Like now I'm just picturing the Big Bill Hell's car commercial done by Chris Barnes. Fuck you, Baltimore. If you think you're gonna find a better car deal at another dealership, you can kiss my ass.
suck
Can you
my
imagine-
dreadlocks.
Can you imagine Chris Barnes being a funeral prowler, selling?
Oh God. What is it next to Katie Vick's corpse?
Oh god.
Probably.
You
Hey,
probably want to dig her up and just fuck that corpse.
hey.
If you
Like,
mulch
instead
your
of-
body, you can fit so many more in these things.
Instead of Triple H in the cane mask, it's Barnes going to the funeral home, fucking the dummy. Oh, good God. I screwed your brains out, baby.
I'm not putting them back in though. You're all gross and sticky.
I still can't believe
to
they actually
think
failed
they
the-
did that while an actual funeral was taking place.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
that's
real
what
positive
that's the
that
infamous
Vince is
thing
a
about that
fucking
whole
weird
fucking
individual.
angle.
Oh, Vince. Oh, Vinnie Mac.
Vince is gonna Vince though.
I
Even though
always,
he's not
I
in
always
charge, the
say
company's
it.
still fucking up for some reason.
Well, I mean, like, I always describe like what happens in Vince McMahon's head. It must be like a fucking war in there all the time. Like,
PTSD.
I need what? Now I'm sounding like Barnes. Damn it! I can't even get it out of my mind.
Wait, hey,
Wow.
Chris McMahon?
Oh Jesus
Interesting.
Christ!
Vince Barnes?
I don't even want to think about that.
No chance. No chance in hell. You got no chance.
Or if Barnes wearing
Oh,
a suit, he has to
chance.
fire somebody. Hey, guess what? You didn't give me my weed. You're fired.
No, you're fired.
I want to tear my claws.
You're
I want to tear
fired.
I'm pretty sure everyone's like, "Oh, thank God."
It was funny with the E's. I remember the first time I watched Travis Ryan stream on Twitch, and like whenever somebody raids his channel, his raid sound is him shitting on Barnes's E.
Dude,
I'll have
Well,
to
he-
send that to you.
he's
got some cool sound.
he's got a reason because Barnes fucking sucker punched him on stage.
Really?
Oh yeah, that they went on tour years ago, and Cattle Decap was opening up for 6 Feet Under back in their earlier years, and people were just showing up for Cattle Decap, and after Cattle Decap was off stage, like most of the crowd would leave, and Barnes was getting pissed and jealous, so he came on stage during one of Cattle Decap's shows and fucking sucker punched Travis Ryan, and Travis Ryan chased him all the way to his fucking tour bus, and that's where Barnes fucking hid.
Wow.
Yeah, Travis was fucking livid. He was like, you better fucking call the cops.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
What?
Jericho beat
No.
Bryan. Really?
Ah.
Mm.
And Daniel Garcia watching TV as normal.
Well, they're
God,
already
it's
announcing
sweat.
full. They're already announcing Full Gear for November 19th in New Jersey.
Here comes the rest of the fucking goons. The only good matches so far. Sorry for getting sidetracked. The only matches so far were good was Kingston and Ishii, and I was on the pre-show, and the Acclaim versus Swerve in Our Glory. Those two matches have been the only great matches so far. Cage and Jungle Boy was literally a squash because Luchasaurus turned heel on Jungle Boy.
I mean, Tony Khan just needs to get lost, but I digress.
But I need to hug.
Yeah, I'm
people.
definitely gonna
I
have
need to hug Okada. I need to hug Claudio. I need to hug everyone. Not be professional, Khan.
Now I need to come up with that fucking script for the Chris Barnes car dealership.
No,
Just-
oh my
take
god,
a
oh my
daily-
god, oh my god. Can you imagine Chris Barnes selling Viagra?
Oh my god, he needs some Viagra. What are you
Trojan
talking about?
condoms.
Well, the funny thing about the Trojans is they broke through the gate. I've always thought that was funny. Yeah, just take any mundane thing. You know, Chris Barnes
I'm gonna
goes
fuck
to the
my voice
fucking
up
auto
tomorrow.
mechanic. Chris Barnes goes to the fucking grocery store. You know, deodorant? No.
You know, it's funny. A while back, me and my friend Dylan, aka Kamikaze Games, we used to do these parody commercials called Shit Tech. Like shit, the company's called Shit Tech, and after each product is introduced, we'd say they're banned in a certain state. like he would do like shit to order your Shit Tech shit water, go to www.shittyshittech.com or dial 1-800-USELESS. Currently, Shit Tech products are outlawed in the states of Maryland and Missouri. Be sure to get your products while you have the chance. Shit Tech products have just been outlawed in the state of Ohio, or whatever the fuck. Like, and some of the Shit Tech products we come up with, like, fuck, let me actually look up the list. Because some of these ideas, if they actually existed, Barnes would probably have bought these products.
Redo that commercial with
I
Chris
have
Barnes.
money.
The shit can, where you take a fucking metal trash can with you to go take a dump, and he probably eats out of it.
I need to go get a water. My voice is getting hurt.
Go ahead.
That's his mobile home right there.
Yeah, his
I don't
shit
poop
can.
in it. I live in it. My roommate's name is Oscar.
This is what the
Yeah.
fuck have we gone on into?
I was chatting with Mr. Scott Levi. I've been on his Twitch and
Yeah.
live streams. I've been telling him how my Motorhead retrospective is. God help me. That's going to be fucking hard. Ranking 22 albums.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
Oh my
one.
God.
I know. I'm going to leave that one for Miller because he's like, I mean, I'm a big Motorhead fan, but that's one he wants to do. I was like, all right, it'll be like a 3-day shoot.
Yeah.
But it'll probably be my longest video because I think my longest video is like a Xbox gameplay or something like that. But so far, I do Motorhead. Then I'm going to be doing Morbid Angel next. Less said about Lou the Venom, the better. I might have to listen to
Oh,
albums
no,
twice,
no,
just
lay
in
into
case
it.
I
That
listen
still
to the right
deserves all the
album.
cooking.
And then after that, I'm doing Sepultura because Sepultura is awesome. And then I'm, of course, doing the Godfathers of Metal themselves, Nickelback.
I mean,
I'm kidding. I'm doing Sabbath.
Oh god, the Sabbath Rankable was fucking hard.
That was
I
a-
know because
that was
the
a
Ozzy
2-hour
era,
video
the
for us.
Dio era. Then you had Gillen and Hughes, and then the Tony
Hughes.
Martin era might be hard for me because I really love that Tony Martin era.
I like it. The
Except
straw-
for
the straws.
Forbidden.
Yeah, Forbidden's trash. 7
Yep.
stars, fucking awful too.
Look,
If it wasn't
it
Black
gets a bad
Sabbath, I think it'd be
reputation, but
better.
people say, "Oh, blues doesn't belong to Black
Living in
Sabbath."
the street.
Motherfucker, blues wasn't Black Sabbath to begin with. Like, I don't understand why people keep saying, "Oh, well, it's too bluesy." Do you not know how the band started out? That's
They
literally
were a
my
blues
argument
band.
for people saying, "Oh,
Yeah, they
it's
were
not
a
Black
blues
Sabbath."
Yeah.
Ugh.
But yeah, Headless Cross, Tear,
Tears are right.
and
Eternal
there's
Idol.
some stuff
that's a
on
weird
Eternal Idol and Cross Purposes I like too.
Dehumanizer. Oh, Dehumanizer.
Dehumanizer
That's one of my
awesome.
favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Funny enough, yeah, back to what I was saying a moment ago about how Travis Ryan's raid sound is him doing. He does a better E than Barnes, and that's not saying much.
I think my farts have made a better E than Chris Barnes.
I'm pretty sure that Barnes is convinced that E is the greatest letter of the alphabet there is.
It's his TLDR.
Like, there you go. There you go.
I
There's
would-
an
I
idea.
would- I would
Sesame Street
rather-
Barnes, the letter of the day
Yep.
is E.
I would rather listen to the house on the left when there's he's screaming like a pig.
That's Deliverance. That's definitely Deliverance. Or
What's-
that's like was it Arkansas or West Virginia? That's West Virginia, right? Yeah, it's like a documentary. Yeah, that would be a fun one.
Okay.
Sesame
Yeah.
Street Barnes.
Well, let's talk about.
But yeah, as I was watching the documentary on this album and the lineup at this point, it's like I love the lineup they have currently. Gunner's a fucking beast on bass and a good friend, but that lineup right here, very strong on Come Death and on this too.
That's the lineup I saw
Fucking-
years ago.
Oh, really?
Actually, they opened up for Dimmu Borgir and Enslaved in 2010. This is when Ethica Odini was out, and what was Motor? Dimmu. They were touring on Abra Hadabra. I don't know. That wasn't a very good album.
Abrahadabra.
Oh, isn't that the one when they have the Burn in Hell cover of Twisted Sister?
No, that was a bonus track because that was on a Twisted Sister tribute album, and then they threw it on. That might have been around Puritanical Misanthropic Euphoria or Death Cult Armageddon.
Let me Google this.
Was that?
I'm
I'm gonna
actually
go
on
for a smoke
Wikipedia
real
right
quick.
now.
We'll be
Looking
right
it
back.
up.
All right. But yeah, like the funny thing with the documentary, it's like the bass player at the time, their original bass player, Erland, he's got such dry humor. Like they ask him biggest influences, he just says Frank Zappa.
Oh yeah, it was Puritanical Euphoria Misanthropia. Yeah, it was that one. That was the other album.
But yeah, they ask Erland biggest influences. He goes Frank Zappa, and the vocalist at the time, Vald, stood next to him, and he couldn't help but chuckle like. And even Erland smirked like, "That's pretty much it." And that dude, you could like, I dare you, Ricky, when you watch the documentary on YouTube, I dare you to take a shot every time you see Erland take a sip of beer. Holy shit, it's a lot. But yeah, and I was listening to this in full earlier, and I'm going to be ranking Blood Red Throne in October because I was going to say right now Deicide's winning the current poll, but I'm going to do that in November because October, especially Halloween Day, I'm doing Typo Negative because why wouldn't you? But before that, I wanted to cover Blood Red Throne because I know they would never win a poll. So I'm like, I'm going to give this band a fair shake because 10 albums and they're all really good. The Norwegian Cannibal Corpse.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Or with a little bit of death and a little bit of black metal in there too.
I was about to say, you're doing Suffocation's your next ranking, isn't it? Before Deicide?
Yeah, later in the month.
Okay, all right. Yeah, Typo, that was a very fun discography to go through. I actually released it on Halloween. I wasn't even planning to because I was planning to do Typo, then I was going to do, for some reason, Samhain, and I was going to try and do King Diamond and Merciful Fate, and I was trying to cram all of that within a span of a month, and I'm like, Oh, well, I was working at Walmart at the time. And I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm going to be able to do that because my work sleep schedule was absolutely terrible. But now I have a new job. Yeah, I have to wake up early, and I don't like doing that. But I get home around the evening, and I can do my wrestling reviews now. And I have more videos than I have subscribers, but that's besides the point. But yeah, and I can actually listen to albums on the way home, so
yeah.
I might be listening to the new Behemoth. I'll probably listen to new Ozzy because, well, it's Ozzy, and I'm gonna say right now that new album does not sound good. Ozzy's done. Like, there's nothing left. He's done everything basically.
Yeah.
I get it. You still think you have some left in the tank, but sometimes the horse doesn't want to ride off. Sometimes that bitch wants to fall down and sleep.
But yeah, the big one I'm looking forward to the most coming up this upcoming weekend is Bloodbath.
Yeah.
Because those two singles they released, Zombie Inferno and Carved, those are killer songs. And then there's Revocation, which finally a new Revocation album. I can't wait to check that out. But that's unfortunately going to have to be shafted to under the radar, even though it shouldn't. But it's going to have to because you got Bloodbath and Ozzy. They take top priority.
And new Autopsy is coming out in 2 weeks?
At the end of the month, on the 30th.
Okay. I'm kind of anticipating for a new Autopsy.
I'm going to check that out, too.
Isn't Jeff Andrews still in that band, or did you leave?
Autopsy, let me see their lineup.
I think he's
currently
still there.
Yeah, because he was with Chuck when in Death before.
Oh, Chris Ryford. Yeah, I mean that's his band, so he ain't leaving.
Chris Ryford. I don't know why I said Bill. I said Jeff Andrews.
Jeff Andrews. You were thinking of Exodus for a moment.
Jeff.
But no, their core lineup of Chris, Eric, and Danny's still there.
I am still amazed somebody decided to fucking eat somebody in the middle of an Autopsy fucking set.
Yeah, I can't believe that happened either. But hey, expect it.
And to funny to think they did it on my favorite Autopsy song, Severe Survival, of all fucking songs.
Death metal crowds are crazier than we think.
Yeah, I mean, hell, Peter Tackard knew that the next day.
You guys made the news.
You wanna fuck? Fuck. I love watching that clip back whenever I watch some of the stuff from Maryland Death Fest and I see Peter going on like, you were in the papers. Gnarly shit. What the fuck? Get a room. Fuck no. If you want to fuck. And the security guy right in front of him is like,
yeah.
Like, no.
But for this month, I'm probably going to finish listening to the rest of that Megadeth album probably tomorrow if I'm not lazy. Ozzy, I'm going to listen to that new Slipknot album because the first couple singles...
Oh, yeah, I forgot new Slipknot, too. I completely
forgot that's coming out. The first two singles were good. That third one they released, I wasn't a fan of. I just hope it's good because, in my opinion, they don't have a bad album. Like, even my least favorite, All Hope Is Gone, still good.
Still has some moments in there.
Yeah, it's just that one just a bit weird. It felt like a transitional part of the band because they went like a little more commercial than they already have on Volume 3.
Went away from the new metal sound and more like groove metal.
Yeah, it's more. There's even some progressive moments on that album. I'm like,
which you gotta commend. They are definitely experimenting. I mean, I thought they've
been experimenting ever since they formed, ever since they got Corey into the band. I mean, hell, they were kind of a death metal band when Anders was in the band. Like they're
because a lot of the members,
basically a death metal band.
Yeah, because a lot of the members in Slipknot came from a death grind band called Anal Blast.
I did not know that.
So there's kinship there, but I thought the last one, We Are Not Your Kind, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I think that was the best album they've ever done, just because they did so many different things on there. Like Liar's Funeral might be the best Slipknot song, just because it's like moody and then it gets really intense and like Corey delivering them growls. Like, damn, dude.
I think it was their best since Volume 3. It's probably my third favorite behind Iowa in Volume 3. Because I like chapter Point 0.5 Degree chapter because that
was a nice
such an
return
emotional.
was a nice
after
return.
everything. Yeah.
That album was so emotional because that's when Joey wasn't in the band, and that's when Paul Gray passed. And granted, Weinberg's a hell of a drummer too. I mean, that dude can blast his ass. But I will admit, Joey's a better drummer. I'm just saying that out of respect.
Yeah.
And Paul Gray is on a rated basis, in my opinion. But Venturella is good for what he does. But Point 0.5 Degree chapter has good moments. But I think they finally got comfortable enough with the band because I don't know, just 0.5 felt a little off at some points, but it still had some great songs like Nomadic, Leech, The Devil and I, the Negative One. Oh my god, that song's amazing.
Kill Pop, it's another good one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. But We Are Not Your Kind, I felt like had more standout tracks like Unsainted,
Liar's Funeral,
Spiders. Spiders is a really cool, creepy track. Solway Firth, Birth of the Cruel. Oh my god, I remember listening to that song. I jammed that song nonstop. Red Flag.
It is kind of a shame. It is kind of a shame, like the song "All Out Life" was only on the Japanese release because that's a damn good single. Oh my god!
And that was the NXT's theme song before they eventually changed it.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, I gotta jump off here because I got some stuff I'm working on. But thank you for having me. Always fun chatting.
Yeah, and I'll send you the link to that Blood Red Throne documentary so you can check it out for yourself. It's really good stuff. Only 30 minutes, but it's cool.
I mean, that's like one of my favorite albums by him, so I'll probably check it out. All right, guys. Catch y'all later.
Peace. I see it, Nick. But yeah, like, with that new Slipknot. The first weekend of October, Autopsy and Slipknot for damn sure is what's
I remember back in high school when 0.5 came out, and I thought it was like the best Slipknot album that I've ever listened to. Again, I was barely getting into Slipknot, and then of course I went back and discovered it was like, oh hell no, Iowa just blew everything out of the way.
Oh yeah, Iowa was by far their darkest album.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, I remember I was like heavy into Slipknot when I was like, I don't know, 13, 14. And then after I discovered more bands, they just kind of, no pun intended, fell under the radar for me. And then when We Are Not Your Kind came out, it kind of restored my love for Slipknot just because of how experimental that album really was. Like, I don't like it when they get called nu metal anymore. It's like they were only nu metal on 2 albums. Nowadays, they're just like, honestly, a hybrid of groove metal, death metal, and thrash. Like a mix of kind of like Fear Factory. Kind of like Fear Factory nowadays. Just
they even have like the industrial elements too with Sid on turntables
with the percussion. Yeah, with the percussion elements and the same.
And hell, even the new guy is pretty solid, even though Chris Fenton is obviously the better one because he was there for a lot. And his backing vocals look fucking awesome too. I love Chris's.
Even Clown's backing vocals back then, like his death growls were like Jesus.
Oh
yeah.
Especially on the debut, like, God, jeez, that whole album's just booming with atmosphere too, especially on songs like Scissors, Prosthetics, Eyeless, Tattered and Torn, Spit It Out. Classics. They are among classics.
Oh, back to album versus album. Ace, you no good dirty thing, you.
I can't say because I haven't listened to any of their albums.
Me. Basically, which was the better Martin album?
For me, as much as I love Last One on Earth, I have to give it to Consuming Impulse because it was first, and that was the best Pestilence album. I mean,
I can't say because I haven't listened to any of their albums.
I mean, Martin's vocals on that was just the first time he started doing death metal vocals, because on the first one, Malleus Maleficarum was more thrash cadence, almost like Max Cavalera. Then suddenly they go from thrash to death metal on Consuming Impulse, and we get the famous Martin vocals, the torturous. They still does exceptionally well to this day. But, I mean, last one on Earth.
Funny that like a handful, like most of the like death metal bands start off as thrash,
Mm-hmm.
because thrash is kind of like a mainstay in death metal too,
Mm-hmm.
and also
Yeah, but...
and like an all-out update. Sting, Darby, and Miro won against House of Black. Darby got the pin on Malachi. Because Sting used the mist, he turned the tables on House of Black.
God damn it! This paper is still going. What the fuck?
And they still got the main event to go. But
Do they?
anyways, yeah, they still got Mox Punk, I guess. But anyways,
they have one more match. I could be wrong. Yeah, again.
But yeah, with Pestilence, this one, I mean, as I said, I think Last One on Earth is the best Death Doom album of all time. But I have to give it to Consuming Impulse by just the thinnest pube. I mean, just because Consuming Impulse, it's so fucking aggressive and thrashy. And then this one, it's Beneath the Remains. I love Slaughter in the Vatican. That's probably the best Explorer album, but it's got to be Beneath the Remains.
When I first heard Beneath the Remains, I thought it was an awesome album. I'll have to re-listen to it again. Because I did listen to like the first 4 albums like when I was in high school, just because I was doing it for the hell of it. And I haven't listened to Arise yet. But Beneath the Remains is Beneath the Remains. And I haven't heard of Slaughter in the Vatican, even though I heard a lot of people say it's a really good one.
It's amazing. One of the best groove metal albums ever. And that started the whole controversy between them and Pantera, because the vocals are pretty much the exact same. Back then, Kyle Thomas, you could have almost mistaken him for Phil Anselmo vocally, because they were pretty much the same. Nowadays, not so much. Kyle's vocals have developed a little more over the years, especially when he was in trouble for a while. Mm-hmm. And that new X-Horror album that came out 3 years ago was fucking great, too. I need to get that, as well as if I can find Slaughter in the Vatican and The Law, then I would have all 3 of their albums. But, yeah. But yeah, it's still Beneath the Remains. Even though Slaughter in the Vatican, that is a beast of an album. Done at More Sound, Scott Burns.
Was the Law part of the Saw? Because again, the Saw is the Law.
Damn it!
You knew I was going there too.
Yeah, but like the Law, that was definitely much more closer to straight up groove metal and less thrash. Like Slaughter in the Vatican's almost similar to Cowboys from Hell, where they're both groove metal but very thrash heavy. Whereas the Law, definitely more groove oriented with some thrash still there, but not as much. And it's funny, the Law came out the same year as Vulgar Display, so it just adds up even more.
With the new Behemoth album coming out on the 16th, also a new Clutch is coming out too.
I did not know that.
Yep, it's called Sunrise on Slaughter Beach.
Interesting.
According to Wikipedia, I could be wrong though, because it's Wikipedia, but
yeah, and like as far as like what's coming out in October, really the big ones for me coming out in October. Well, first week we got Queensryche,
Lamb of God, and the Cult. The Cult's coming out with a new one too.
The 14th, there's only last time I checked, there's new Rhythm of Fear, which I like that EP, Ritual Dementia, because that sounded like if you mixed Power Trip with Kill 'Em All era Metallica. It was really good.
There's new Ultra Bridge, Lorna Shore, Nothing More, and new Skid Row as well. I was surprised Skid
Yeah,
Row's
Skid
making
Row.
still making albums to this day as well.
Yeah. And then the 21st, the big one, New Exhumed. Where the last one, the horror that came out in 2019, it was good, but not quite what you would expect from Exhumed. Like, it was definitely more of like a grindcore album, like Napalm Death. But with that single they dropped for the new one, it sounds like they're going back to that necroticism, hard work, carcass worship. So
We also have on the 21st, we have
Avantasia.
Oh
Hannah's
god.
favorite band.
Oh god.
Hey, I like Avantasia. I liked Ghost Flights when it came out in 2016. Better astonishing than the astonishing.
And then I don't care what anyone says. I like this band, the new Striper album. I'll listen to it. I talked to Scott about this on his in the chat, and he even like add more to the debate you were having about Christian metal, Viking Age, they aren't genres, they're just styles of music. Christian metal is not a genre. Striper are Christians, but they are not Christian metal. They are more of a
Hard rock
speed
band.
traditional power metal band to me, because they have the Halford-like vocals, the dueling twin guitars, and the amazing solos. Is it very Christian heavy? Yeah, I will admit, because they do talk about God and Jesus. But that's not a bad thing. Just the lyrical content they take as the genre. Like, okay, death metal is death metal because people say of the lyrical content. Well,
But no,
yeah,
musically,
but-
you have to have brutal riffing and chaotic drums.
yeah, and
And growling
honestly,
vocals.
if we're being honest, what does that make heavy thrash? What does that make technical thrash? Is thrash death metal too? It's just that stuff. And Viking metal, look, if all you want to fucking talk about is how to train your dragon shit, then go for it. I don't give a 10 shits. But it's not a genre. It's more metal death. Bands like Amon Amarth and
Arch Enemy.
Arch Enemy. So many bands. If metal death is Viking metal, then every other metal death band is Viking. Like In Flames. I hope their new album's good. And Gent, I don't give a fuck about Gent, honestly. It's too weird for me.
It's just 8-string guitars. That's all it is.
Exactly. What does that make Carl Sanders from Nile then? He's a Gent guitarist then. Or wait,
Dino
is he a
Kazar's Fear Factory. No,
Exactly.
Carl Sanders only uses 7 strings.
But still.
I just don't get it. And like other subgenres like post metal, what are you doing a metal band that is on a literal post? Like on a post on social media, or the fucking
Honestly-
pole that's right next to your door? I don't.
Yeah,
I
like
don't get
honestly, post metal that should be named to art metal, because that's really what it is. It's more of an artistic thing.
exactly.
With,
Like
not
the
quite to the extent of like prog, whereas you could say, well, prog could be called art metal. Well, progressive metal is more about how the songs are constructed,
and
like
the atmosphere
no verse
too.
chorus all the time, and the atmosphere. Whereas like with post metal, it's more about like atmosphere, soundscapes, and like quiet, loud, quiet, loud dynamic shifts.
Oh yeah. You can
Yeah,
see
more
that
than
for bands
anything
like
else.
maybe a Manra or hell, Devin Townsend. In general.
Well, Devin Townsend, I wouldn't even consider post metal,
Like
but
Tool did art. Tool has been art metal for a while
Tool's like the middle ground between prog and
Mhm.
post metal with some
now.
alternative.
Yeah, exactly. Like they were, I guess you could say, the beginners of post metal. Like the only
You got Neurosis.
Neurosis, ISIS,
Yeah.
To a
Cult of
lesser
Luna
extent-
lately. I listened
and
to
to
the
a
new Cult
lesser
of Luna
extent-
album. That album's awesome. I really
And
like
to
it. I really
a-
like that album.
And
And to a
when
less-
when the fuck are Tool gonna re-release Rare Inoculum, I don't want to spend $60 on buying the fucking album. Honestly, re-release it on CD. If they fucking re-released it on vinyl
or
re-release it on-
reproduce it.
yeah.
But like, and I was gonna say, and then to a lesser extent, Godflesh is post metal, even though you think of them as an industrial band, but they had aspects that would
At
eventually.
first, yeah.
But like Justin Broderick's other band, Jesu, that's more post metal than Godflesh.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that new Cult of Luna, that was really good.
Yeah, that was
Oh
really
my
good.
God.
That
you
opening
really
drum
can't understand what the
beat.
fuck they're saying half the, like 90% of the time, but
Like
I
that
just
opening
enjoy it for
drum
the
beat on the
atmosphere.
opening track was like, wow, that's some like groovy shit.
Here's the thing too, they had long songs, but like they were long, but at least they served a purpose. Like I bash Modern Maiden because they make long songs for the fucking sake of long songs and it pisses me off. But with these, they have a purpose. It's to have atmosphere and it takes you on a wild ass journey too. It's just like, again, I'm not a prog guy. I'll never claim to be a prog guy, but that stuff I like because if you write an album or write a song that I'm emotionally invested in, it takes me on a roller coaster, go through all these emotions, then I'm going to like it. I really love the new Cult of Luna. Senjutsu, I didn't give a shit about, honestly. There's like 3 good songs and that's about it. It's just probably a me thing. I just can't get into certain genres that a lot of people can get into. Like I couldn't get into death metal for a long time, and then I eventually listened to Death and Cannibal Corpse, and I even listened to Carcass. Fuck, I got into Napalm Death for God's sake.
With me, it took me a while to get into black metal. I actually thought it was like, oh shit, I'm actually gonna go to hell for this. I remember listening to Venom, and I was like, ugh, I got scared, legitimate.
Bathory.
Dude, that Bathory listening was so fun. Undersigned of Black Mark's my favorite.
Yep, I had that at number 1 on my ranking.
Mine too.
I actually did not enjoy Hammerheart. A lot of people did. I just couldn't get into that album. There's just a lot of
the fucking the ground, the fucking the ground, the fucking the fucking the fucking the ground.
The fucking the ground. I love her. I don't care what anyone says. I like Razor Fist Metal Mythos, even though I don't 100% agree with him. I don't 100% agree with the guy on every single thing he said. But he does good shit.
Yeah, I'm like,
release the new one for fuck's sake.
I'm waiting for him to release the new one. The last one he did was with Anthem.
Yes, he got me to listen. Like he helped me listen to a lot of bands as well.
Yeah.
And hell, he just updated his Saxon one because Saxon came out now this year, and that album kicked ass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ace, this is just funny. Cold Lake.
Oh my god.
Cold Lake. I'll take Cold Lake
because I haven't heard the prototype demo and I don't plan to.
No, don't.
Oh god! Like if I want to listen to glam, I would gladly listen to Motley Crue. Motley Crue is right there, and that's another thing too. Cold Lake pisses me off because just because you go to a different studio does not mean you automatically change. That is another thing that kind of bothered me too. Is that okay? If you want to do glam, why would you want to go to LA? That one made no sense.
That's the epicenter of where the genre was thriving.
I guess.
I know, I understand, but they were very influential on black metal, death, avant-garde, doom, thrash, prog. They Celtic Frost experimented with a whole bunch of shit, from Into the Pandemonium, what the hell, to Megatherion, and then Cold Lake hit. Then they went glam, and that's when everything went to hell and back. Mm-hmm. Then Vanity Nemesis, when they started to get the roots back, and then when Monotheist hit, that's fucking amazing right there. That's their darkest album by far. That is I always look at Monotheist as being like
the album, in my opinion, I think revived Death Doom.
Oh yeah,
Honestly.
without a doubt,
Yeah.
Because after that, Asphyx came back, and then like you saw new bands
Autopsy was
crop
starting
up.
to come back around that time
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Incantation was starting to make a
Coded
comeback.
Menace started up at this point. So yeah, I look at Monotheist, even though a lot of people wouldn't think it's Death Doom, I think it's a Death Doom album with some gothic tendencies.
Yeah, even the
Yeah.
earlier albums had kind of goth emo like styles to it, like a pre-kin or predecessor to Typo and Paradise Lost and all those other bands like Catatonia and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I know
like-
how much you love Catatonia, Ricky.
Oh yeah. Dancing to Timber Souls. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, but yeah, with like Monotheist, yeah, because I look at a lot of like everything Asphyx has done since they came back with Death the Brutal Way. It's like, yeah, they were inspired by that album. Hell, they even covered a song off Monotheist.
Mhm.
They did Os Abysmivel Dath on a bonus track around, I think, Japan for Death Hammer, and it's a pretty solid cover. Granted, it's not as good as Celtic Frost version, but it's good.
And I
But,
have heard of who the hell I'm drawing a blank and I feel bad. Oh, Obituary. They did a cover of Emperor's Return, that name from Celtic Frost. Or not Celtic Frost.
No, they did Circle of the Tyrants.
Circle of the Tyrants.
On Cause of Death. That's
That's
best
an
Celtic Frost.
amazing cover.
Well, I don't know. For the best Celtic Frost cover song, it's a toss-up between Obituary, Circle of the Tyrants, and Opeth doing Circle of the Tyrants.
All right, guys. I gotta go get out.
Yeah, I'm going to actually end stream too.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So
anyways, thank you guys who tuned in. And yeah, this went longer than I thought it would, but
So bad.
catch y'all later.